Hey guys, Dan Saavedra here, and you're watching the first video in a 90-day YouTube sprint that I'm going to do covering everything about signal analytics. And so this video, I'm just going to quickly go over what I'll be covering in these 90 days of videos, why you should watch, why you might be interested, and then how we're going to track the success of this entire campaign for my business. So first things first, why should you watch this 90-day sprint? And why should you trust me about the signal analytics topic that we'll be talking about? So number one, I've been working with data since 2012. I've done everything, started in Excel as an intern, worked my way up to doing data architecture at big companies. I founded MergeYourData.com in 2019. That was 5 years ago. And we've worked with more than 70 clients from small one-person businesses all the way up to Fortune 100 companies inside their teams, with executives, the whole 9 yards. Next, clients get revenue leverage with our work. And what that means is that we help them use their sales and marketing data as leverage. If you're a business owner, if you're an executive, you know that it's a game of leverage in terms of running your organization. You want to be able to put in 1 penny and get out 10 or more. You don't want to be in some linear small growth type of activity that's monotonous. You're looking for those big 20% of activities that result in 80% of your results. Now, when we're talking about this with our work, we show which 20% of signals lead to 80% of results. So we're going to get into what signal analytics is, but all you have to know is that we look for those big hitters, the 20% of the efforts and the data points that show that you're going to get an outsized result from what you're doing with sales and marketing. Our signal experiments have showed us that YouTube is the next big opportunity that we have. So we currently know the 20% of signals that generate 80% of our revenue and that are the best opportunities for us. And we're looking for that next big one because we're constantly trying to grow. And so YouTube has been the new signal for us that has shown the most promise in terms of generating qualified leads, generating qualified opportunities, and leading to actual revenue. But we haven't put focused effort into growing that specific part of our marketing and sales engine. And so what we're doing here is we're just doing a 90-day experiment to see what we can generate with constant output targeted around the topics that our best prospects and best customers care about. And so that's why I think you should watch this video series. Obviously, it's up to you. Do what you want. Next, what we'll cover. So I mentioned it already. Signal analytics. And so we have this nice little GIF here. GIF, whatever you want to call it. That represents a signal. And so some signals are weak. Some signals are strong. There's a bunch of tools out there that provide you with signals. People get terms confused a lot in terms of what signals are, what falls under the umbrella of signals. But basically, we're just going to cover everything about signals and how you can find this strongest signal bar, whatever you want to call it, when looking at your data, your sales and marketing data. The process that we're going to follow. Video 1 is this one that you're watching now, so it's the overview. Video 30 is when I'm going to take another break. I'm not going to produce content about the signal analytics topic itself, but I'm going to review the results, and then we're going to do the same thing for video 60 and video 90. So it'll be video 1 today, video 30 in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. And hopefully we'll see good results in that first video in 30 days. There's also a lot of lagging indicators in terms of when signals are successful, because especially in our service industry, in our niche, it takes a while to close some deals. They're typically higher end deals. Some of them will close quickly, so we should see those by video 30. But then we should see results just build on themselves when we get to the 90-day and beyond portion of this entire marketing campaign. Numbers that will matter and why. So we're going to talk about numbers that matter for this 90-day sprint and then numbers that don't matter. So the numbers that matter are the qualified leads generated, opportunities generated, won opportunities, and won revenue. When it comes to marketing activities that actually make sense to keep doing, these are the things that matter. And you can even argue that qualified leads generated may or may not matter. For me, this is how I'm making sure that my messaging is correct for our business and for our services. So if the lead is qualified using our systems, then we know that our messaging is on point and we're getting the right people with this content. If these leads are not qualified, then we're missing the mark somewhere. Same with opportunities generated. These opportunities for us are heavily defined, so we know that these are actual people we want to do business with. If they're not qualified leads in the first place from our other scoring model, then they're not going to become an actual opportunity in our system. Then obviously as a business, we're looking to win deals, we're looking to make more money, and so that's 3 and 4 right there. Numbers that don't matter, anything to do with these vanity metrics. Obviously, at some point, they can have some insight maybe that'll help with our marketing and understanding exactly what messaging is working, what we can double down on. But at the same time, we'll see that trickle down in the other metrics that we just discussed. And so this is where we're at right now with our YouTube channel. We've had it for several years, 3,100 hours watched, 136,000 views, 1,200 plus subscribers, but none of those numbers really matter because when it comes down to it, we look back through our systems and the number of qualified opportunities and won deals that we've generated from YouTube alone has been very, very small. Now, there are certain videos that have had really good high engagement with the correct people, which is why we're running this experiment here with this 90-day sprint being a little bit more targeted in our content on the strategic level, rather than diving into how-to videos and technical topics that are really getting in the weeds. That's not the stuff that provides the leverage, and so that's not the content that we want to make. So none of these numbers are going to matter. We'll still look at them just for fun, but we're not going to be drawing any conclusions or caring about this. If we end up going up to 140,000 views and closing 40 clients, I don't care that we only went up 4,000 views because we made a lot more money. So those are numbers that don't matter. Last but not least, if you want to follow along, obviously you can subscribe to the channel here, but click the link in the video description and we'll be sending out an email every single day before a video is released, covering exactly what that video is, the link to the video, so that you can follow along in the easiest way possible. So if you want to follow along with this journey, see how we are or are not successful, understand exactly how these signals are feeding into our systems. We eat the stuff that we make. So we use signal analytics for ourselves and we provide that service for clients so they can get the leverage that they're looking for with their sales and marketing activities and investments. If you want to hear more about signal analytics and maybe how it can help out your company and your position, then make sure to click on that link in the video description and subscribe so you get the notifications. I'm Dan Saavedra from MergeYourData, and I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you next 90 days.